Welcome to Socrative, your classroom tool for fun and effective formative assessment. Socrative enables you to quickly assess and engage students on any device and operating system during class. Socrative activities visualize students' answers in real time and collects detailed reports on past activities. It is a real great way for teachers to assess students and collect immediate feedback. Here we have in our view the option to log in as a student or teacher. If you're logging in as a teacher, make sure you have your username and password ready, as you can see. If you've not already done so, then create a free account and log in. If you're asking your students to log in, they will need to enter the teacher's room code to access their quizzes. Then instruct them to join the room. After signing in as a teacher, you will see a live screen which gives you three tabular options of the dashboard, manage quizzes, and most probably grayed out tab of live results. You will also see at the very top your room number, which is to be shared with the students in order for them to log on. In this case, it is MBZ9G9ZSP. You will also have the option to change your settings at any time. By selecting settings, you have the choice to clear your room, edit your profile, look out for help, or log out. Directly below settings, you can also get an idea of the number of students in your classroom, which in this case is 0, as there are no students actively taking your quizzes. On-the-fly quick questions are perfect for no prep activities in the classroom. If you click on the Quick Question tab, which is what I'm going to do now, you will see within this category there are three options: multiple choice, true and false, and short answer. So for example, you may want to ask your students whether a sentence is true or false aloud in the classroom. You can do this by clicking on the True and False tab and then ask your question. So for instance, you may ask aloud loudly in class, please answer true or false on your devices. CO2 stands for carbon monoxide. As this question is pushed out to the student devices, you will start to receive the student responses. If we are to go back and refresh our page as a student, and I as a student have to answer these questions, I will select false and submit my answer. This will then get pre-populated on the teacher's screen. So on the screen, you will find that one student has already submitted their answer, and this will continue to populate as other students submit their answers. As the students respond to the question, you can see in real time what the students are thinking and whether their answers are correct. Alternatively, if you head back to the dashboard and click on Quick Question again, you can have the students ask their own questions or use short answer quick questions for students to give their opinions, either named or anonymously. Then you can have a discussion around the responses or ask students to give more questions. This is entirely your choice. So for example, you may want to ask your students what they thought of Shakespeare's ending to Romeo and Juliet. And I'm going to type that in. What did you think of Shakespeare's ending? And I can then look at as a teacher whether I want a single response or unlimited responses from the student, and whether I want an anonymous or I want their name. In this case, I'm choosing a single response, and I don't mind if it's anonymous. When I submit, the students are then pushed with this question onto their device and will start answering the questions. And again, as the students respond to the question, their answers are displayed on the screen. So one student might say, it was tragic, and submit the answer. Then you will see that this answer gets pre-populated on the teacher's screen. And again, as more students send their responses, the more number of responses come on the screen. When the teacher is then done with this quiz, you can click on Finish on the top right-hand corner of the screen. As a teacher, you have the option to end the activity and return back to the dashboard, but also you can save the results as a report. I want to show you how to extend the use of Socrative reports. So in order to give you a full demonstration, if you head back to the teacher's dashboard and this time select Start a Quiz, you will see that on the screen a World Facts quiz is available. This quiz is pre-made and stored in the teacher's account. In the next section, I will show you how to create and manage your quizzes. After selecting the pre-made World Facts quiz, you are offered several options. You have the option to send the quiz as a student-paced and immediate feedback approach, where students receive immediate right and wrong feedback, or student-paced and student navigation approach, where students have the ability to edit their questions, skip questions, and navigate the quiz their own way, or a teacher-paced approach, where teachers control the flow of the questions. Most often, if you would like the students to complete the quiz independently, the best approach is the one highlighted below, which is the student-paced with immediate feedback. There are other additional settings available, such as disabling student names, providing for random order of questions, and or disabling student feedback. For now, I'm going to keep it customary and will select Start so that the students can complete their quiz online. As students complete the activity, you will see their responses populate your live table. The rows show each student's results, and each column shows how the whole class is responding to that question. Click on any question to see a detailed view of the responses. Live results allow you to see which questions you need to go over to your class or decide how to group students on reviews based on those results. As a teacher, you have the option to save your results and or download them. You will see by having a quick look at your table over here that any questions in red are incorrect and those in green are correct. By clicking on the Finish option up above, you have the choices to get your reports as a whole class Excel spreadsheet, by individual student PDF form, or question-specific PDF form. By getting reports, these are the options that are listed below. Based on the type of report that you have selected, you can then decide on whether you want your reports emailed to you, downloaded, or sent on Google Drive. As a teacher, you can run your quiz as an exciting space race to create a fun assessment game that students can play individually or in groups. You can select a quiz of your choice and allocate the number of teams for this quiz. Students love the friendly competition, and you will still receive a report in the end to see a detailed view of your class results and understandings. Here a student will first enter their name so that the teacher knows who they are, then submit. A question will come up, in which case he or she will submit an answer, and then look at it and see whether it's correct or incorrect, and then I submit another answer. The teacher's board, on the other hand, will be pre-populated with data, which will let the teacher know which part of the answers the children are getting right or wrong. Here you go. An exit ticket, on the other hand, is a quick check exercise that takes place in the last 5 minutes of your class. Exit tickets provide you an opportunity to take a snapshot of students. Again, a student will first enter by inputting their name so that the teacher knows who they are. Then start answering the questions that the teachers put forward to them. So how well did you understand today's material? Not very well. Submit my answer. What did you learn in class today? Not much. Really struggled. And submit my answer. The teacher then can get an understanding of where there might be lingering questions, what the child still needs to understand, or any other concerns that might come up during this session. Within the Manage Quizzes tab, as a teacher you have the option to create a quiz, import a quiz, manage your quizzes, and or go to all your reports. If you're looking to create a quiz first, this is where a teacher has the option to create the quizzes beforehand and ready to hand out during the lesson. As a teacher, you can create your own quizzes using the same options as before. Remember to name your quiz. In this case, we've called it My New Quiz. You will also see a reference number next to Share Quiz. This reference number is important when you want to share your quizzes with your colleagues so that they can import it over. If you leave the option to Yes, as shown on the screen, this allows for you to share your quizzes with others. Click on multiple choice and type in the question and answer choices. Your question may be, to jump is a verb, noun, adjective, or adverb. In this instance, the correct answer is verb. Therefore, you tick in the box that says verb so that the correct answer can be displayed. Then click on Save and carry on to the next question. You may want to try a true and false question next. You could ask, the Sun is a star in a solar system. Is this true or false? And select the correct answer. The answer is true, and therefore I'm going to select true. You also have the option to add an explanation for each question, as I've done on the screen. In this question, I've also added an image which can be changed or deleted at any time. Remember that you will always have the option to edit your question at any stage. Remember to save your question as well. You can see that when creating your own type of quizzes, you can mix and match the different types of questions you wish to ask your students. When you have finished, remember to save and exit. If you then go into the Manage Quizzes tab and then into My Quizzes, you will find your quiz you have just created, which is my new quiz. The same can be found in the dashboard in the option of starting a quiz. And again, you'll find my new quiz. To import a quiz, click on Manage Quizzes, then click on Import Quiz. Now you'll have to enter the SOC number of the quiz you want to import. The number I have on hand is SOC 15211-846. Then click on the Import Quiz button and click on Confirm, and the quiz will be imported and available in your My Quizzes section. If you then go back to Manage Quizzes and into your quiz section, you can now see a copy of the quiz you have imported over. And there is a copy of the Research Evaluation quiz. If you now go back to the Manage Quizzes tab and click on Reports, you will see a list of all the reports that you have conducted with your students. If you select a report you wish to look at, you will then be faced with the option as described previously in the past. You will have the option to get your reports, view chart, or go back to dashboard. If you click on Get Reports, you will be able to receive a report, either a whole class Excel, an individual student PDF, or question-specific PDF. Again, you can either get them emailed or downloaded onto your screen. Alternatively, if you go to the report you want to archive and click on Archive this report, this will then appear under the Archive tab of Reports on the top. So if you then click on the tab of Archive Reports, you will see the quiz you have just archived, and you can always unarchive it by clicking on the button that says Unarchive. So that is pretty much Socrative. Overall, it is pretty simple and students just log on and take the quiz. It may seem like a techie version of pen and paper quiz, perhaps just a little bit more engaging, but the key difference is that by the time the quiz is finished, the teacher has a pretty good idea of student understanding of the material, assessing everything from how quickly students are answering questions to which ones they're getting right or wrong. You will also see that you can get Socrative as a teacher app and a student app. Again, you can start creating your quizzes and offering your students online to teach to the students via these apps. The Socrative teacher and student apps are similar to the web browser, as I've just shown you. The teacher will need to select the orange Socrative app. Similar to the interface on the web, the Socrative teacher app will require you to log on as a teacher, and then you will see the set of tabs in front of you, where again you'll have the dashboard where you can start a quiz, create a quick question, do a space rate, or an exit ticket question. And again, in the Manage Quizzes tab, you have the option to create a quiz, import a quiz, look through your own quizzes that you've created, and have the reports in front of you. In the same way, a student will need to open the blue Socrative student app and will require the necessary room number from the teacher, which in this case starts with MBZ, in order to sign in and then complete the quizzes online. The student will then need to select Join Room and will then log in into Socrative and be able to access any of the quizzes that the teachers have pushed forward to their device. Socrative has the power to be used online via a web browser, through multi-platform apps, and on any device using the internet. It is simple and useful, and how you wish to use it, whether you would like to create your quizzes on the computer at home in your own environment and then wish to deliver them in the classroom via the apps, is completely your choice. It is a user-friendly tool that is adaptable anywhere, any place, and at any time.